Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Peace. I need to get that piece. So I just need to take that off. I need to take that piece off. And those pieces off. And I can fix it. Yeah. I need to get that piece. Alright, cool. I'll sort it out. Let's see. Alright. Hey, Mystical, how you doing? Pouring rain here. Uh, I'm good. Today was my dad's funeral. I'm glad it's all over and done with now. It was very nice. It was a good funeral. It's very positive. A lot of people were there. All my dad's best friends were there. My family was there. People I haven't seen for years were there. So it was nice. It was a good sending off and everything went perfect. So it was good. The weather was so so, but we didn't get rained on, thank God. But it was good. We had a good time. Then we had a little after party afterwards, and all the family and stuff up here at the house. So yeah, it was nice. I'm actually very happy with the outcome. All good. It all went well. Thank God. All good. Now it's all over and back to reality. Yeah, I honestly, I've had enough. Like this has been one long ass week, and I'm glad it's over because I don't really like family shit too much because it's annoying. I can only take so much of my family, especially my brother. He's a fucking idiot, but it's all good, you know. I mean, it's just for a little. It was just for a couple hours today, and everything's fine, you know. The main thing, it was a good funeral, and everybody was there that was supposed to be there, and all my friends were there supporting me, so it was great. Hey, Barbie, yeah, I'm okay. I'm good. I'm actually relieved that it's all over. It was such a great funeral and good sending off, and my dad's, even the priest was very emotional because he liked my dad a lot. So it was nice. I saw a lot of people that I haven't seen in years. A lot of support we got today. It was very overwhelming and great at the same time. It was very nice. It was good. I'm happy that it's all over and we all had a great time. We all hung out with each other afterwards, and it was good. Everybody's okay. You know, my mom and my sisters took it really, really hard. Um, Obviously, women are more emotional than men, but my mom was really, my mom had so much support. All her widow friends and friends that have been already through it, you know. I'm really glad that all her cousins were there, her family was there, like the family she has here. I mean, it was nice. It was a good funeral. I can't complain. I wouldn't change anything if I had to, but it was nice. I was happy with my friends being there. You know, my best friend was there supporting me. My cousins were all there. My cousins really showed their support during this time, which was great. I don't really like some of them, but they really they really came through. So yeah, my mom's gonna be all right. She's gonna be okay. She's not the only widow in the world, and she won't be the last one. But my first cousin's mother was there, and she's been a widow for years. And she hugged my mom and told my mom, "Look, we're in the same boat now. Life goes on. You know, just keep moving. They're all at home by themselves. But you have your kids, you have your grandkids." And I told my nephews, please go visit your grandmother, man, because that's something that you know is here today, gone tomorrow. And I said, if you guys visit your grandmother like every other week or every week, especially now, just visit her every week. Go out of your way for just half an hour, man. Just go say hi to her to make her feel better. So my oldest nephew, he was with me the whole time. Me and him get like we get along very well. And me and his mom, which is my sister, we don't get along that well, but Me and him were like together the whole funeral. He was right by my side the whole time. He's 23. My very first nephew. He was right next to me. He didn't leave my side. So it was nice. Like I said, the funeral was good. Everything was fine. I'm glad. Hey Shakima, how you doing? Thank you, Shakima. I appreciate it, sweetheart. Thank you. Yeah, it was nice. I had my nephews there, and you know, it was cool. My family, everybody was there. I participated in the funeral, even though I didn't really want to, but I did. I helped carry the coffin, and I helped put the It's like this big cloth you put on top of it with a cross and stuff. I helped put it on with my brother. So yeah, it was nice. Okay, Barbie. Yeah, I'll be around for a bit, maybe. So yeah, it was nice. It was a nice funeral. My dad would have been very. My dad is very proud and happy that I know he is. I know he's happy. You know. And then we had like a little gathering afterwards at my sister's house next door. We had a nice gathering. Everybody ate food and we all talked and laughed and talked about shit my dad did and stuff like that. So it was nice. Even though I don't really like my brother and my older sister that much, but everybody came together for my dad. So hey Hermana, how you doing? Yeah, I'm glad too. I'm glad it went good. Well, what made me happy was seeing all my closest friends there to support me. That meant a lot to me. Cause I don't really have too many close friends, you know. I only have maybe about six close friends like that I can trust and I love and I'll care about and I'll do the same for them, you know. And one of my best friends was there, the guy who like there's an older guy that taught me electrical, and we worked for years together. And he came to the funeral, and that made me very happy because his dad passed away, and his dad and my godmother and mother and they were all like back in Portugal when they were like, you know, in their teenage years, they were all picking grapes in the farm. And so it's good to see our generation, you know, those generations come and like, you know, we're all cool with each other. It's crazy how we're all like in a different generation with each other after our mothers and fathers and aunties and uncles were cool with each other. So, but yeah, all my best friends were there, and most of them have their fathers. Some of them don't, but you know. Hey Monique, how you doing? Yeah, it was peaceful, Shakim. It was nice. A lot of singing and stuff. You know, my oldest sister did like the speech about what he did for a living and what he did and stuff. And my dad's brother was there and his wife. So hey Monique, and my uncle was there. He's a jackass too, but I gave him my condolences and stuff. He gave me mine. He was saying to me in the end at the cemetery, he was like, "Oh, I told you and your brother you got to take care of your mother." And I'm like, this mofo really don't know me. So I told him, I said, you know what, Uncle? I've been taking care of my parents for years. This ain't gonna change nothing. My dad dying ain't changing nothing. I'm gonna still take care of my mom. You think I'm gonna fucking neglect my parents? You fucking crazy? I help my parents more than any of my siblings. But see, he looks at me like, see, a lot of people look at me as, oh yeah, we've always been told like he's a gangster guy. He plays music and he hangs around gangsters and oh, Mark's rough and oh my God. But you don't look at the positive things. Yes, that's how I grew up. Yes. Yes, I was around crazy people and all that bullshit. I'm fucking almost 50 years old, man. I ain't got no time for that shit. I changed my life. But see, they still got that mentality in their brains. They always judge me like, yeah, I know, as always. My uncle, he's a jackass. My dad didn't really speak to him that much. And he didn't even shed a tear. That guy's a dickhead. But his two daughters are really cool with me, like my cousins, right? And they came to me twice. They hugged me and gave me a kiss twice, and they're close with me and my sister. They're like our age, like they're like my age. Well, younger, but still close to me. Like we're tight with them. Some of them. But my uncle, he's a dickhead. He ain't no uncle like me. He could never fill my shoes in that department. He's probably one of the worst uncles I've ever had. And then he kept running his mouth in the end, talking about just take care of your mother. It's like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. I felt like telling him, you didn't even take care of your own mother, you fool. I told him I gave him a piece of my mind, but in a good way, Because I got tired of people telling me, oh, yeah, take care of your parents. Mofo, I've been taking care of my parents more than anybody. You crazy? You know who I am? I felt like saying, go ask my mother who she sees more out of all her children. She'll say Mark one time. She won't even say nobody else. And she sees me more than anybody. Calling your mother is one thing. Actually seeing her is another thing. And if you have that privilege, you should take it every day. Or try to at least. You know? I don't see my mom every day, but I speak to her almost every day and I see her more than anybody. So like I don't know who you fucking people think you're talking to, but I take care of my parents, bro. Ain't nobody ever gonna tell you I don't do that. Hey Tanya, how you doing? Yeah, every family has issues, you know what I'm saying? But like my brother, he's bipolar and bi stupid. My older sister, she's fucking a pill popper and she's a fucking weirdo. And then my youngest sister and me are like best friends. And like me and my youngest sister are always with my parents. Like my parents were always with us. Like we were always with them. We always invited them over here to eat, watch a game, like, and then took them away and shit. Like, and then my older siblings are acting like their world came to an end. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Fake ass fucking love. Body stupid. Yeah, you can use that. It's cool, Shakim. You're glad today is over. It was the pressure pump in the tank. See? Don't use the pressure pump and tank. What's up, Dan? How about them M's, huh? Congrats on your victory. One more to go. I know you and Mama must be happy. See? I tell you it's gonna be all right, Tanya. See, you gotta pay attention. I tell you, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Yeah. I'm so glad that during the funeral, the funeral was really good. Expect right up until the end. Um, what was I gonna say? Uh, I had a lot of people. I had a lot of my dad's friends come up to me and tell me that to have patience. You know, a lot of people said that to me today. All my dad's friends came up to me and shook my hand. They said, "Look, I know you were close with your dad. He talked about you a lot." And then they said, "Look, please have patience with your mother." I said, "Yeah, man, I'm good. One thing about me, ain't nobody gonna." I mean, I know they're just saying that, to reassure me or tell me shit, like, you know. And I said, "Look, one thing you people don't know me. I take care of my mother all the time, bro. You know." Yeah, it was all one go. Yeah, yeah. As soon as we left the church, we drove to the cemetery, and he's we put him to rest. I'm very proud of my nephews. They carried the coffin, and I did too. It was my brother-in-law, my dad's best friend, my four nephews that were here. It was two that were missing because they were away, right, in school. And then I was the seventh person. I was at the end, and the guy that was actually like the owner of the funeral home, he was on the opposite side, helping, like steering because it was on top of like this like wheels and shit. And then we had to take it off, and then we had to lower the coffin in, and then the coffin got the when they lowered it into the grave, it kind of got like stuck because it was so tight. And then they had just had to pull the strap up a bit, and then they put it back down. So it was fine. It was nothing like bad. I didn't think I was gonna be able to like handle that type of thing, but I ended up doing it. I felt really good at the funeral because for me it's different. I know it's just his body in there, but his spirit is watching. So like I said, I just feel so different about it. And today, like it felt weird. And I told my best friend, I told my best friend because he was like, "You all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, man. It just hasn't sunk in yet." You know what I mean? Like it feels weird to me. And the reason why it feels weird to me is because I talk to him in spirit. So it's like what's in that box don't make no difference anymore. I mean it does to some people, but not to me. Yeah, fuck that. Hey Marilyn, I'm doing okay. Thanks, sweetheart. Appreciate you asking. Yeah, it was nice, Tanya. I'm glad you tuned in to the live. They had a live stream on Twitch, and I gave some people the link in here that wanted it. So, and Tanya saw it. My nephew is away, saw it, and my nephew my nephew that's in the UK in college, he texted me right after and said I'm very proud of you, bro. I love you and all that shit. He said that he knew it was hard for me to deal with it. I told him, I said, I'm good, man. I'm all right. Like I said, I'm trying. I have to be strong for everybody. And then everybody was telling me to take care of myself. I said, man, you people don't know me. See, you ain't seen me in years, but you really don't know me. One thing about marking, I'm good. I don't let shit get to me no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care about that. Me too, Hermana. One thing, a lot of us in here have psychic abilities and know what it's like to connect with spirit and A lot of us know the deal, like, that like a funeral is just the person's body, and their spirit is living forever until you see them in spirit. And the readings today and what the priest said and all that, like it's all true. And I'm so glad that people emphasize it more and more every day. You know, a lot of people are saying the things that I always said all these years. And I'm not saying that I'm the only one who says it, but like, do you believe it? That's the thing. You can say shit, but do you believe it? Like, do you really believe what you're saying? Yeah, she did. She did. And we even had my friend. We even had my sister's one of my sister's besties. Well, both of them read at the funeral, but one read in English and one read in Portuguese. And the woman who read in Portuguese, she did an amazing job. I was so happy that she did that because my dad's Portuguese, right? And so are we. So it was nice to have some part of the funeral in Portuguese. So it was nice. I'm glad they did that. That was my sister's idea. Yep, she was my sister's friend, Sonia. She's amazing. She is so fucking smart. I wish I could speak Portuguese like her. She pronounced everything like perfect. She's from Portugal, like the continent. Like she was born in South Africa, but her parents are all Portuguese. Like they migrated there. So it was nice. So everybody was my sisters were so worried about how the funeral was gonna go, and oh my god. See, worry breeds worry. I never worried one bit. What you gotta do is you just gotta do step by step. Hour by hour, minute by minute, just keep going. And the woman who sang all those songs, she was my school teacher in high school. Her name's Sandra, and she is fucking amazing. She's like almost 60 years old, and her voice is like you would think it was a 20-year-old singing. She did an amazing job. And I don't really like her that much, right? But she came give me her condolences and shit. And I was like, little do you know I don't like you. I never did, but thanks. Me and teachers didn't really get along, but she did a fabulous job. Everything was on point. Yeah. And then we had a gathering here after the funeral, and they were here for like maybe 3 hours. Everybody was here talking and stuff. Yeah, that priest is a Filipino priest, Father Vivian. He's an amazing guy. You can see he got choked up during the reading, like during the funeral, because he liked my dad a lot. He saw my dad every Sunday. See, my parents went to church every single Sunday, and one of his friends came over to me crying, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna miss your dad so much, man, because every Sunday we guys talk about football and about life, and we laugh and we talk shit." And I was like, "Fuck, man." I was like, "I know, bro. I know." 'Cause my dad, I'm a lot different from my dad when it comes to like expressing yourself. My dad would rather keep quiet. He don't swear. My dad don't swear. He don't fuck nobody off. He don't argue with nobody. He'd rather just walk away and be like, yo, fuck you, like, He's not like me. He's not like, he's not confrontational or anything like that. Me, I'll fuck you off in a heartbeat. And he always gets mad at me. Like, he's like, oh, don't pay those people no mind. He's the first person to ever tell me don't give people your energy. Before I ever heard it from a psychic, he used to tell me, why you give these people your energy? Don't worry about them. Who fucking cares if them? But he didn't swear. He would say, he'd be like, who cares if these people don't like you? He'll say something like, tell him kiss your ass or something. But he never said fuck, and he never said half the words that I say. But yeah, that's something we don't have in common. But he was very respectful, like, he was like a real gentleman and a real man. He didn't like swearing and shit. That's why God didn't make him suffer. He had a heart attack, died. That's it. No, like I mean, he suffered in pain with his body and stuff, but like he didn't like suffer with Alzheimer's and bad diseases or anything like that. So dying from a heart attack is an easier way out. Like he didn't suffer. Diamond, what's going on, baby? Poor Diamond. She was outside in the rain and the wind today. Yeah. Yeah, the priest did a very good job. The deacon did a good job. Everything just went perfect. It was a perfect funeral. It really was. I'm still like, I'm not shocked, but I feel so, I don't know what the word I want to use, but like, I'll just say, like, I just can't believe how many people came up to me and actually, like, gave me, their condolences and actually gave a fuck, to come up to my face and say, hey, look, my condolences, gave me a hug and all that shit and like shaking my hand and all that. And I thanked a lot of my dad's friends for coming, you know? So it was just nice. Yeah, my mom, she was obviously she was a wreck today. She was really bad. And but when we got home, when we got here, like we offered my mom to spend the night here so she won't be alone at home. And she's like, oh, typical Capricorn, damn nuisance. So we told her, look, you need to stay here. You don't have to go home. You can be with us. Like we have the spare bedroom. You can just go in there. She's like, no way, I'm going home. And I'm like, all right, you fucking ignorant Capricorn. But she's all right, man. She's cool. It's a week today that my dad passed away, so it's been a week already. But what made things better for my mom was tonight. After the funeral, we went to the cemetery, and after the cemetery, we came here to my sister's house next door, and we ordered food, and we ate, we talked, and my dad's best friend was here because he lives away, and he was here, so it was so perfect that he was here at the time. And his wife is fucking hilarious, right? And his wife and my mom are right really close, right? We're like family because we grew up next to each other. They were our neighbors for forever, and I've known him my whole life. He came right over to me right away to tell me like all that stuff because he knows. Because me, him, and my dad used to watch like football every week, right? So anyway, they were talking to my mom the whole time at the dinner table. So my mom and them were, exchanging stories. And when my mom left here, she left here like, not, like she was all day. So I'm so happy that they came here because we invited them to come over. So it'll make my mom feel better, right? Because that's like people that she's known for 60 years. You know what I mean? And plus they're Portuguese, so it makes, it's nice to have my mom's friends here too, not just us. It's different when your kids are there because then you ain't got nobody like your age to talk to you. Well, my mom, I told everybody my mom's been through a lot. In the last 10 years, my mom has been through hell. She saw her whole family die within 10 years. My mom has a big family too. Like my mom's mom is one of 13 children, right? So she had a big family as it was. She had plenty, she had 12 aunties and uncles, right? All together. Like I don't know how much, I think it was like I think it was like five aunties and like seven uncles or something like that, right? Including her mother. So she came from a big family. We are a big family of six, two boys, two girls, right? And then my mom's sisters passed away 7 years ago. My mom's sisters passed away in the same month, one right after the other. So one week her sister died, then the following week her other sister died, and we were like, "What the fuck is going on?" Like, you know. And that's my mom's favorite sisters. They both died at the same. One of them was my godmother, right? And they passed away 7 years ago. You know, in the same week, same month. And then 3 years later, her other sister dies, which was 2 years ago, right? Well, almost about 2.5 years ago. And then last year, her brother died in July. It's been 1 year and a bit since this July made 1 year her brother died. And now you're burying your husband a year later. So in the last 8 years, her whole family is gone and her husband. All she has left is me, my brother, my sisters, and that's it. And her grandchildren. So it's hard. I understand how hard it is for her. So I explained that to everybody there. Yeah, my mom doesn't have anybody. She lost her father 50 years ago. Her mother died like probably like maybe 15 years later after her husband. So it's fucked up, you know. And my mom's the youngest out of all of the siblings, and she goes 80 in January. So my mom's been through a lot. So I feel bad for her, and I could never imagine going through all that death in the last 8 years. So, but I'm gonna be with her as much as I can, like I ought. And everybody tells me, "Oh, make sure you deal with your mom." I'm looking at them like, "Shut the fuck up." That's what I wanted to say so bad at the funeral to a lot of people. And I go, "Take care of your mother." I'm like, "Bitch, I take care of my mother more than you do. I guarantee you. You want to make a, you want to fucking talk it out? You people don't know me. I just got pissed off and people told me that take care of your mother. I'm like, bitch, I take care of my mother more than anybody in this world. You know what my mother means to me? You're fucking crazy. Me and my youngest sister took care of my parents more than anybody. Anybody loved their mother and father like me and my sister, my youngest sister. We did everything for them. We made their dreams come true. We made things happen for them. We gave them everything. We gave them our all every time. Whenever they need shit, we guys will get it for them and do shit for them. Still doing shit for them. Like I told everybody who said take care of your mother, I was like, I take care of her all the time. I know, but now it's gonna be more difficult. Duh. I just can't stand stupid people like I'm not a kid, you know. I'm almost 50. Like I know what the world is now. I just get irritated with people, you know. Like yeah, that's what I told my uncle and my auntie today, cause they're the only uncle and auntie I have left. There's no more, and they're the two drips of the century. They're Dumb and Dumber, and they're like, "Oh, make sure you take care of your mother." I told them right to their face at the cemetery, I take care of my mother every day. I talk to my mother almost every single day. And if I don't call, she calls. And if she don't call, then I'll call. And I talk to my dad. I saw my dad almost every damn day for the last couple of years. Dumbass people. But you know, people just, that's how they are, you know. I just let them talk and I was just like, yeah, whatever, whatever. But the main thing is she's okay. I was worried about my mom today. I thought she was gonna like pass out or something. But she was cool though. She held it down. I'm proud of my mom. You know, she took it very hard, and it's still fresh, right? But like one of her best friends and cousins is has been a widow for years, and she says, "Look, now you know what it's like to be a widow, and just listen to me. We're gonna be fine. If I've been fine for 10 years, and you're gonna be fine too. We're all gonna be fine. I'll call you. You know, we'll talk. We'll get together. Don't worry. We're gonna be the widow crew. It's okay." Right? And I heard her tell my mom that, and I started laughing, right? Because like my mom needs to hear that from her best friends. You know, when she goes to church, all her friends are widowed except for her. Well, now she is, right? But she hates that, you know. And then my dad's friends. That my dad has two close friends to him that their wives passed away, right? One his wife passed away a year ago yesterday, I think. And then the other one, he lost his wife like maybe 5 years ago. So it works both ways. You know what I'm saying? There's so many people that are without their husbands and wives, and life goes on. They don't want you to like mourn them every fucking day and give up on life and want you to kill yourself to be with them in spirit. Not what they want. They want you to now enjoy your life and know that hey, when the time comes, we'll see each other again in spirit. But in the meantime, you can use their spiritual powers to help you. And that's what you have to understand. And if you don't, then I can't help you because I ain't gonna go blue in the face. But you know what's crazy? My mom called me this morning around like 9 o'clock. She would say, "Hey, Mark, I hope I didn't wake you up." I said, "Wake me up." I said, "You heard that thunder at like 7:30, 8 o'clock?" I said, "Thunder." It was a thunderstorm this morning that woke me up and shit myself. I'm there like half asleep in my bed, right? Trying to get some Z's. And all I hear is boom, boom, boom. And I was like, oh, fuck. What the fuck was that? So I look on my phone at the radar and I see like thunder and shit. I'm like, oh, fuck, that was thunder, yo. It woke me right out of my damn skin, scared the living shit out of me. So my mom said, and then my mom goes, yeah, I heard it too. So then she says, oh, I wanted to tell you something. I was watching this program on TV last night because I couldn't sleep. And I was listening to this man and people were asking him questions. And he was a spiritual guy and he says the same things you say. And I'm like, oh fuck. What the fuck my mom talking about? She goes, oh, this man said that when you die, you don't really go to heaven, because um, heaven's for like, people who are perfect, and God only has certain amount of people up there. Because the question was, where do all these people go? Because heaven must be full. Heaven has too many people in it. And then the guy said, no, no, it don't work that way. What happens is you come back to earth as a spirit, right? So when you leave your physical presence, you come back to earth on your spiritual presence because you're not worthy to go to heaven. You're not perfect. Heaven's only for perfect shit, you know? Like for the apostles, for saints. That's why they're called that. Saints are saints, you know? So all the even in the Bible it tells you that. You know what I'm saying? So then my mom said, you always say that when you die, you come back on earth as a spirit and you hang out with your family, right? And I said, I'm telling you, mom, that's how it goes. I know that for a fact. And she's like, oh, this man said the same thing. He said the same thing you say. He says that heaven isn't full. It's only allowed for a certain amount of people. And then God puts you in a program and says, okay, you want to go back to earth as a spirit? Because you are a spirit now. You want to go back to earth and hang out with your family, stay at your house, watch your children grow, you know, see everything, and then that's the choice I believe God gives you, because that's what I see in spirit is them with you, right? Or what they did when they were on Earth, right? So this guy said the same thing that I was saying to my mom. And then I said, well, because you saw it in Portuguese, do you believe it? She goes, I don't know because it's not the same because I can't see him, right? And I'm like, yeah, little do you know I do, right? So like, I don't tell her that I'm a medium, right? She doesn't need to know all that stuff. And I'll just give her messages if my dad says anything, right? And I'll just tell her that somebody else told me. And so she like said that how weird was it that she ended up watching this program on TV about the guy, and people were asking him questions about spirit and what did he think. And my mom said she thought she was listening to me. And I was like, the reason you saw that program is to remind you that what I say is right. Okay? Because everybody, a lot of other people believe the same thing I do. And if you don't believe that, then you're an idiot. Because that's how it goes. Ain't nobody really going to heaven like that. You're not worthy enough. What it is you come back on earth. That's why mediumship exists. That's why it's there. Because we get to tap into the people that are here. Because who are you to tap into anybody in heaven? If you can tap into heaven, right? Then you would see Jesus. You would see God. You would see you would see Jesus. You would see the saints. You would see probably the apostles, maybe. I don't know. It all depends. You see what I mean? So like I've never heard a medium say, "Oh, I see Jesus and I see, Mary and Joseph and all that shit." I never heard a medium say that. And if they do, they're probably popping pills. Because I've been doing this shit so long and I've never seen that because I'm not worthy to, and I don't care. That's fine. I know I'm not perfect. But at least I can deal with the non-perfect people like me. Simple. That's just my belief, and I really do believe that because I see that. So it's different. So it was funny how she said that to me this morning. She goes, "Oh, I listened to this man. He sounds just like what you say every day." And I'm like, "I told you, Mom. Dad's here with us now in spirit. It ain't gonna change. I've already seen my dad 3 times this week. I didn't see him today though. He didn't show up to me today. I guess he must be like, obviously, taking it all in, I guess. But it was so nice seeing all his friends there, his family, you know. It was nice. It was actually one of the best funerals I've ever been to. So it was cool. And everybody who watched it online had nothing but great things to say. My nephews watched it online, some of my friends watched it online, and they all had good things to say. And I was like, cool. I'm glad. Glad everybody's happy. So it was cool. It was cool. Yeah, me too, Hermana. Yeah. I'm really happy it went well. My dad deserves it. He's a good man. Worked very hard. He was a pain in my fucking ass, but he'd probably say the same thing. Cause my dad's best friend was saying today, right? He said, cause I wanted to butt in so bad, but I said, nah, I better not. He was like, oh, I've never seen, cause my dad's name's Daniel, right? I've never seen Daniel argue with anybody. He never fought with anybody. I've never heard anybody say something bad about him. He was always humble to himself. And I was like, yeah, you little do you know, I'm not, right? I ain't no splitting image. I may look like him, but we have two different mentalities, right? And he's a Libra, right? And so he's an air sign like me, but he ain't no Aquarius. And he definitely ain't like we don't talk like that. We talk different. But anyway, this guy, his best friend was saying all this good stuff about him. And when he said, yeah, he never seen him argue with anybody. I said, yeah, that's because you never saw him argue with me. And they all laughed. I said, I argue with him all the fucking time. Because he was a damn nuisance. So my mom looks at me and shakes her head as if to say, this fucking guy. We argued a lot, but not like bad arguments where we're like, fuck you. And I never talked to my dad like that. I've never said to my dad, fuck you, like, because he'll beat the shit out of me, right? But I would never speak to my parents like that. That's disrespect. I would never do that. But we argue where we went back and forth about a certain thing because he's so ignorant, right? And I would tell him, look, Dad, it don't happen. It doesn't work that way. He'd be like, oh yes, it does. You got it. Then when he fucked up, he'll just walk away. He would never say sorry, you're right. And then I'll tell him, see, you think you fucking knew, you don't know. But I wouldn't say fuck. I'm just saying it now, right? I say you think you know, but you don't know. I told you already. I know how to do this. Why you gotta like test me or act like I don't know what I'm doing? He was such a pain in my ass, man. Like he always thought that he knew more than I did. And I'm like, look, all because you've been in this world double the time, it don't mean you know more than me. Because you ain't done this shit in your life. So we used to argue about little stupid ass shit. Just like petty shit. Nothing like bad. And like I said, I never disrespected him by talking to him, like swearing to him and all that. But behind his back, I'll be like, this fucking ass. That's what my mom said to me today. She goes, "Oh, I heard you outside saying fucking ass and fuck this and that and that." And my mom don't swear either, right? I'll say it outside to let the steam off, but I'll never look at him and tell him that shit. Cause I would never disrespect my parents like that. We weren't brought up that way. I ain't never heard my parents say the F word. Never. Ever in life. I've never heard them say fuck. But I say it a million times a day. Sometimes I would slip up and say it around them when I was mad, but I'll make sure I don't say it to them, but I'll say it like about them. Like if I'm talking about somebody, it'll slip up sometimes. And then they'll look at me like, yeah, that's cool though. I'm in the same boat as a lot of people, and you know what a lot of people said to me today? They're like, "Oh, Mark, our dads are in spirit, right? Our dads are in spirit right now, talking shit, having fun." And I'm like, "Yep, you're damn right they are. They're catching up." Because one of my best friends' sisters were there, and we both have known each other forever, right? And their brother was my best friend in high school, and he says, "Oh, he's not here, but he sends his condolences, and he's gonna call you when he gets back." But we're here, representing, and their mother and father are, passed away. They're in spirit too. So I said, well, looks like my dad joined the spirit team. Now he's gonna be there with your dad talking shit, having fun. And they were like, yes, Mark, please believe that. And I'm like, yeah, duh. I'm like, I know. So a lot of people believe it, and I'm so happy to hear them say they believe it like that because it makes me happy when people actually believe that it is true because it is. So it was very nice for everybody to come up to me today. You know, exactly. But see, they don't know me like that, and I don't want them to know my mediumship because then they're gonna aggravate me, and I don't want nobody to aggravate me with that shit from here. Doing it on here is different, but doing it at home is not good because I know the people that they want me to talk to, so it's gonna be a lot more difficult. I mean, it'll be easy for me to tap into it, but then I'm gonna have to see them face to face, and I don't want that because they're gonna want to see me face to face, not on a camera. They're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm coming over. Please tell me what my daddy and mommy says," and I'm like, "No, no, no, no. I ain't doing that shit. No, I can't handle people in front of me crying and shit. Uh-uh. I'd rather do it online. It's more comfortable. To me, it is. But yeah, it was so nice to see everybody today. I was very happy. My dad's side and my mom's side were there. Like the more important people were there, so I was happy with that. The most important people were there. Even his like one of his best mates that he worked with for years, his wife and daughter was there, and they came to show their respects, and I really appreciated that too. I know it must be hard for them because she lost, well, the girl that I know, the girl and her mother. Well, I don't know her mother that much, but I know the girl. Like I know the daughter. She wants my D. I mean, yeah. So yeah, I saw her there today. She was looking good too. I was like, God damn, it's a funeral mark. Don't be eyeing her up. She was eyeing me up. She was eyeing me up anyway. She was dying to come over to me and say something. I'm like, yeah, come here. Of course, I weren't expecting you to not miss it. It was funny as hell because we used to date each other like briefly, and her dad and my dad were like really good friends when they worked together. So I haven't seen her in probably like maybe since her dad died. I haven't seen her, and she was looking banging, but she had them stupid ass eyelashes. She's so fine, and like she's got these dumbass eyelashes. And my sister was talking shit. She's like, "Oh, you saw your friend? You saw your ex?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." She goes, "What the fuck is up with her eyelashes?" I said, "I don't know, girl. She be looking like Snuffleupagus, man." Now I can't. I mean, I don't mind if you have eyelashes, but them things is fucking looking dumb as shit, man. You be looking like Snuffleupagus, got them things draped over your damn eyes, man. Then fuck that shit, man. She's got such beautiful eyes and shit, and she's fine as fuck. Still looking sexy. I saw her. She can't give me a hug. She couldn't resist. And I looked at damn eyelashes, and I just shook my head, saying, "The fucking them things for." Dan said Cookie Monster thought they were snickerdoodles. Oh yeah, I look like a caterpillars. Yeah, I don't know. Her eyebrows are fine, but you know, Snuffleupagus, his goddamn big ass eyelashes, right? That's what she looked like. Damn fluffy ones she had on. She had damn fluffy ones that curved up. So like when I looked at her from the side, all you see is these black fluffy eyelashes going like this, and then like a right angle, like whoop. And I'm like, woman, don't you look at yourself in the mirror and say, God damn, I'm fine, and I don't need these eyelashes? What the fuck you spend money on them goddamn things for? What makes you want to go like this in front of the mirror and go, oh my God, it looks so good. I look like Snuffleupagus on crack. Like, woman, we don't like that shit. Take that shit off, woman. That shit look dumb as hell. You look weird. I be like, damn, you fine. And looking at damn eyelash and turn me right off. I feel sorry for these women, but I tell you, whoever invented fake eyelashes should go to hell forever and rot there. You made women look fucking dumb as shit. Even like eyebrows and all that shit. Look like you got some centipede across your forehead. I don't like all that shit. I like natural looking women. I can't handle all that bullshit. But anyway, I got to see her after all these years. She ain't really my ex. We just dated briefly. And then, like, I kind of saw right through her. And I was like, nah, I can't be with this fine ass who she be doing some bullshit behind my back. But I dated her like years and years ago. But yeah, we're still cool or whatever. We speak. I'm sure she still wants my D. You know. I just tell her, look, if you want some D, you gotta take off them eyelashes. How you expect me to get sex excited looking at damn things? Come on, girl. Take that shit off. That shit tarnishes women, I tell you. They have no idea. Yeah, I don't like that. It's not my thing. You know me, I don't I've been talking about this shit for years. I used to watch my ex years ago. She had this stupid little curler thing. She'd be talking to me in the morning. She'd be video chat me. I'll be making coffee and food and shit. I look into the camera. She's got this fucking stupid ass thing. And she's like curling her eyelash with this red little thing. I'm like, what the fuck you doing? She's like, what you mean? I like my eye. I'm saying, woman, don't do that shit. Why don't you just cut them off though? You don't have to deal with them then. No, I like the. And then she got some microblade eyebrows. I said, woman, that shit look like a fucking centipede crawling across your goddamn eyebrows. And then when I told her that, she changed her eyebrows a month later. And then she looked like the Angry Bird. You fucking red Angry Bird. That's what she looked like. The fucking eyebrows are up like this and down like that. Like an upside down fucking triangle. She looked like the Angry Bird. I said, woman, who the fuck put that shit on you? I used to diss her. I dissed her so bad she was crying one day. And then the worst thing she ever did, she got filler lips. She put this filler in her lips and shit. And I was like, you look like fucking Nate off of fucking Romeo and Juliet. She goes, who's that? I said, this fucking frog that sings on the cartoon. Got them big ass lips. Looking like some fucking cartoon frog. Woman, get the fuck off, man. Get out of my face. I said, I ain't kissing them damn lips no more. Hey, she used to cry. She used to get so mad. I had to get rid of her. She was fucking crazy. She was faker than fake. I'm like, woman, I can't look at you no more. I can't handle that shit. I can't date a woman that has fake shit all over herself. I ain't got nothing fake on me, and neither should you. Exactly, Dad. At least we accepted him the way he was, you know. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with these people. I really don't. But it's all good. And I have this cousin of mine, right? You know how like sometimes you're attracted to your cousins, right? Even though you know your cousins, like you still want to like bang them or whatever, right? You're like, and some people be like, ooh, your first cousins. Some people don't fucking care, right? Um, so one of my cousins, my uncle's youngest daughter, right? I ain't seen her forever because I cut her off. Cause she was trying to get my D at one point. I'm like, look, woman, you're my fucking cousin, like first cousin. Are you mental or something? Like you can get anybody else's D. What the fuck you want mine for? You're my first cousin. That shit's gross, right? And she didn't. She wouldn't. She was trying not to take no for an answer. And I was like, look, sweetheart, it ain't happened. So then she found this boyfriend, and then she got married. And I was like, thank God. Give me the fucking little woman. That's just gross. And then she came up to me today after not seeing me forever, right? I ain't seen her forever. So she came up to me, gave me a kiss and hug. Oh my God, oh, rubbing me all up. I said, look, girl, you better stop that shit. You better go home to your husband. That's why you didn't bring him. And then at the cemetery, she did the same shit again. She was foaming out the mouth like a dog looking at a steak. I said, woman, you better get the fuck out of here. Exactly, Dan. That's what I said. some people don't care. A hoe is a hoe, like, and she's a hoe. But she ain't got none of this D. That ain't happen. That's just not gonna happen ever. But even today, like she must have said, yeah. And I was like, yep, I'll give you a hug and all that shit, but you better just go about your business. Get cracking, woman. I caught her looking at me plenty of times. I'm like, no, no. You got a husband, you got daughters. You better leave me alone. And she was like, oh, hopefully next time we see each other, it's not like this. I'm like, no, we won't see each other at all. You need to go the fuck home to your man and to your daughters. You got your hug, you got your squeeze, that's all you're gonna get. I mean, sometimes, like, the thing is, Shakima, I know some people like that too, and they didn't even know until it was too late, right? But as long as like nothing like is really bad. But you know who your first cousins are, right? You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah. 'Cause I know a few people that's dated their cousins and shit like that. That shit, not no no. I make sure you ain't my damn cousin. I don't believe in all that shit, especially first cousins. Like this is my uncle's daughter. You know how gross that is. I mean, she's fine as hell. Don't get me wrong. If she wasn't my cousin, I'll be banging it for sure. Well, you're my first cousin. I had you in my. You're like 10 years younger than me, and I was like feeding you a baby bottle, woman. You fucking nuts. I had you in my on Christmas. Christmas when we used to visit each other. I had that damn girl like this, that little baby girl, so cute. I was giving her the bottle. They're like, "Oh, Mark, it's so nice to see you feed your cousin, your little cousin." And I was like, "Yeah, I love babies. They're so cute." Next thing you know, she wants my D. Fucking 30 years, 20 years later. Woman, you better fucking stop your noise. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, exactly. And her sister, the older sister, she's married to this other guy and got kids, but she don't do that shit to me. Like, I know, right? But my family's whack as shit, and my other cousins were there, and they do the same shit. My cousins are horny. See, I have this other cousin. She's the same age. She be always flirting, carrying on. I be like, look, woman, you got a husband and kids. You better leave me alone. Stop your noise. We have a saying that says relations make nations and cousins make dozens. And I'm like, no, no, and no, no. Hey, Rudy, I'm doing good. Everything went well. Everything went good. The funeral was today. Everything was nice. It went perfect. Couldn't ask for a better sending off. It was good. Everything went perfect. Okay, Harmona, no problem. All is good. I'm in great spirits. I'm very happy. And I know my dad would be very proud for sure of how things went and how I behaved. I'm sure he must be very happy I behaved very well. I'm proud of myself too. My youngest sister told me the same thing. He's like, I'm proud of you, bro. You did good. I'm like, yeah, yeah. I'm alright. I'm a good boy. It was difficult, but I got through it. Yeah, really. A lot of people were worried about me. A lot of people still are, but you know, I held it down. I prayed a lot, and I made sure that, I a lot of people said the word patience to me today. A lot of my dad's friends shook my hand and said, Mark, please, my condolences to you, but please have patience. And I know exactly what they mean. And I know exactly why they told me that. Because now I got to deal with my mom. And I have to have patience dealing with her crying, bitching and moaning, going out of my way to take care of her. She don't drive the car no more. She has issues, and, you know, she's going to be cooped up in that fucking house all day. So I'm going to make sure I go and see her as much as I can and get her out of the house. I'm gonna pick her ass up and take her to like stores and shit. We can go buy stuff and hang out. And, take her where she wants to go. I'm gonna take her to go get her hair done. Then I'll take her to this grave site, the cemetery. From now, every now and then, she'll love all that shit. I'm gonna make sure I get her out of the house. I don't want her to be home cooped up thinking about that shit every day. I would not want to be in a house all by myself like that, doing shit all day and can't go nowhere. Like that ain't happening. But I have a wonderful neighbor next to my mom, and she lost her husband this year too. And now, she came to the funeral too. I have to send her flowers, man. She's such a good neighbor, man. What a nice lady. She's always been nice to us all our life. And when her husband died, we showed her support. And then when my dad passed, she did the same thing. She was one of like the first 10 people to come up to me when I got there. I was so happy to see her there. Like she didn't have to go, but she did. So I'll probably shout her out tomorrow and see it. And she went to visit my mom today too. She's so nice, man. She's so nice. I'm so glad my mom has all this support. So that's why I'm not really worried, you guys. I'm not. I'm not worried about my mom. I know my neighbor's there. My neighbor's next door if she needs them. She got her phone number if anything happens. She has us. We live 10 minutes away from my mom. My brother lives 2 minutes away from her. And I told all my nephews today that were with me. I said, please go visit your grandmother every week. Please. At least for now. From now until Christmas, please go visit her at least once a week. That'll make her so happy, you guys have no idea. Yeah, exactly. See, that's what I don't want, Dan. I don't want like my mom. My mom's not gonna shut anybody off, you know, but she's the type of person that doesn't want to go to anybody's house. She wants to stay home. Like we told her today, Mom, you should spend the night here. You shouldn't be spending the night by yourself. Because my nephew's not here, and my other nephew goes away tomorrow morning. So it's only gonna be me and my sister here. So we said to my mom, look, we're gonna be here now. We have two spare bedrooms. You can spend the night in the boys' bedrooms. So oh no way, I'm going home. I wanna be home and I need my life. I'm like, all right, calm down. We're just letting you know. If you don't want to be home alone, you can come here. It's not a problem. She's like, no way. She got all she gets all defensive, right? You think I can't be home by myself? I'm like, oh my God, woman, we're just telling you, like, if you want to spend the night here because you had a difficult day, like, "Urgh." But she's cool though. She's all right. My mom's tough, man. She's survived a lot this past few years, so she's cool. And plus, my dad's with her now in spirit, so he's gonna make sure that that she's gonna be all right. Cause I told him the last time I spoke to him in spirit was 2 days ago. And I told him, I said, please, Dad, don't worry about me. You just come here to watch football if you want. Let me guys watch it. And then just please stay with Mom 24/7. You know. Exactly. Yeah. But I really had a good time with my oldest nephew today. He's 23. He's a good kid. He makes me laugh. He loves like hanging around me. He's been very like clingy to me this past few days. Cause he knows me and my dad were close. And he was talking to me a lot. And he was next to me at church. He stayed next to me the whole time. He made sure like I was all right. So I love my nephew for that. He's my very first nephew. I told him, I said, we know, he said that we have to get together. I'm like, yeah, man, whenever you want. So I told him my door is always open to you, bro. So I have great nephews, man. They're very good to me. All my nephews, gave me a hug and, dabbed me up, was very good at the wedding. I mean, wedding, very good at the funeral. They were all very supportive and all, had my back and all, you know, gave me their condolences and shit. And my dad loved them all, man. My dad's like me when it comes to kids. Like we love kids, and we make sure that all of them are doing good. And I pray for those fuckers every day. Trust me, I pray for them probably more than their own parents. I pray every day for my nephews so they can be safe. So I don't want them to have a life that I had, growing up in fucking ghetto ass shit, drugs and fucking alcohol and crazy fucking people. So, but they're doing good. One of my nephews, that two of my nephews didn't make it. One is in the UK in college, and the other one's in Italy in college. And I spoke to him today. I spoke to both of them today, and they both watched the funeral online. So it was nice. So we had a good chat. Everybody's in good spirits. Everybody's fine, you know. So just to reassure everybody, I'm good and my family's good. I think today was a lot. At the end of the funeral, when we came here and we knew it was all over, it was like a big relief for everybody. You could see it on everybody's face. It was like a relief of waiting a whole week to have a funeral and to like, all the crying, all the bullshit. And I think that everybody who came was very, very supportive, and that's why everybody feels good because we had so much support these past couple days. So, and then while I was at the funeral, one of my best friends that I DJ with, his wife is in the hospital, so I'm gonna go see her tomorrow. She's not doing too good. So I was, because he texted me and said, "Look, I can't make it. My wife's in the hospital, but I wish I was there." But and I said, "All right, cool." I said, "I'll come see her tomorrow." No, man, you don't have to. I'm like, "Yes, I do. You guys are like, my good friends. I have to come see you." So tomorrow I'm gonna go in the afternoon. I'm gonna go visit my friend and his wife at the hospital. So it never ends, man. It's always some fucking bullshit, man. And she's so young. I hope she's gonna be alright. I gotta pray for her tonight. I gotta make sure I don't forget. She's such a beautiful person, man. When I heard that, I was like, oh God, please don't let nothing happen to this woman. She's such a good mother and such a good wife, good friend. And she's only like 44, I believe. So I hope nothing bad's gonna happen to her. So I think I'm gonna have to work my magic and go down there tomorrow to the hospital and do some, take my holy water down there and do some blessings for her. I gotta make sure she's okay. I can't have my friends be sick. So I don't really like going to the hospital, but I'll go for my true friends. So, and I know they would have been there if they weren't sick. So I'm gonna go see her tomorrow. Hopefully, I can work some magic over there. Meanwhile, Diamond's over here working or snoring. Anyway, guys, thank you for coming in and thank you for all your support this week and every day. I appreciate everybody being here for me and helping me go through these times. I know a lot of you don't have your parents and your loved ones, and today was my turn. That's what I said to my cousin today. I said, "Look, my turn today. It's my turn to lose a father, you know." So now I know what it's like, and it's shitty. It's fucked up, but you know, life goes on, you know. And I'm so happy to know that my dad's, you know, in spirit. He's not suffering anymore. He don't have gout no more. He doesn't have to worry about his bills anymore. You know, he doesn't have to worry about anything. All he's got to do is go make his rounds and see all of his friends and family. And I know he's probably the happiest man in the world right now, knowing that everything went great today. And I know for sure that he's happy with me. And he knows that I'll take care of my mom. And I know that he's so happy seeing all his friends he hasn't seen forever and his parents. So I'm happy, you know, for my dad. He's in the realm that I deal with. So I feel like I haven't even lost my dad, you know what I mean? So that's what I kind of said to my cousin today. I told him it doesn't feel real because like my mediumship makes me still have him, you know? So it kind of makes weird sense. But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. It's midnight. I've had a long fucking day, and I'm glad it's over. And I'm glad that I can finally move on and just live my dad's, you know, legacy and continue his legacy and be his, you know, his go-to guy on earth. And he can be my go-to guy in spirit. I'm probably gonna get even stronger now having him on my team. So, well, not probably, I am. So a lot of positives that I keep, you know, analyzing. No negative shit. All right, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow. Life will go back tomorrow. I'll do questions and answering and stuff like that. I'll come on here and hang out with you guys tomorrow at some point in time. So I love you all and thank you for always supporting me and being there for me, you guys. Have truly been great friends to me this past couple of days and past couple of years. And it's nice that we're all here for each other. I appreciate you guys very much. All right. Thanks. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night.